What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the Man. Thank you for coming back. And as y'all know, and for those who don't know, I talk about understanding the mind of men, of decent men, of good men, of upstanding and honorable men. So I thank you for being here and checking me out. You know, I've been looking at the landscape of today's men, and it seems to change every decade or so. As that saying goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. That's true. Factual, especially with our men. I started to think about the communication styles of today's men. What makes the communication styles of today's men different from any other generation? What makes up the mindset that leads to the words and the body language and the ways of expression for today's men? I sat there, I thought about it, and I came up with 6 communication styles of today's men. 6 communication styles of men that you most likely will come across in today's generation. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. But before I get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Follow your guy, Sealz the Man. Like, comment, tell me what you think in the comment section below, please. And once again, thank you for being here. Now, let's get started. So let's talk about the first communication style of today's generation of men, and that is the cool guy. And this does not necessarily mean that the guy is actually cool, because cool is actually defined by your actions, but we're talking about communication styles today, expression. So in this case, these types of cool guys may seem cool, but that will have to be discovered. All right, so anyway, you're very likely to come across a cool guy in today's generation because everything is about looks these days, and I blame a lot of that on social media. Just having access to everyone's looks. It seems like a common practice these days of people spending thousands of dollars just to enhance their looks, to make it seem like they have more than what they actually have, to impress others, to impress strangers, to impress people that don't matter. But people are so invested in their looks to the point where it seems like they're not as invested in their inner selves. So when it comes to the communication style of cool guys, some can seem very laid back, chill, all about the vibes. Some can seem low-key, rational even, don't want no drama, no smoke. They just there for the vibes. With these type of guys, they can seem easy to communicate with, except for the ones who are too cool. So let me talk about being too cool a little bit when it comes to cool guys. Sometimes when a guy is too cool, he can be too much about himself. Too much of a pretty boy. More about him and not enough about you. He may want to show you how much coolness he has. So when that happens, he's more worried about how he looks than creating something with another person, especially in the dating realm or a significant other. So cool guys got some levels, all right? So let me talk about another look, the second look that you will find a lot in today's men, and that is the confident one. I feel like confident men are timeless. You're gonna find confident men in every single generation, but you're gonna find a lot of confident men in this generation because men of today's generation seem like they have a lot to prove. And why is that? Why does it seem like today's generation of men feel like they need to prove more than ever? And in my opinion, that is because things are so impersonal nowadays. Back in the day when you wanted to date someone or get to know someone, you would have to talk to them face to face. You have to meet up with them in person. A lot of relationships back then started in person, but now you can meet someone online. You can live in California and start talking to someone in New York on both ends of the country. It's so bad that you can catfish someone. And for those who don't know what catfish is, it is when you're talking to someone online, but you are depicting yourself as a whole other person to hide your identity for whatever reason. That's how bad it's gotten. Things are so impersonal. So how does this relate to confident guys? It relates to them because solid men are trying to be different. They're trying to show you that they are not part of this norm, the norm of today's generation of being so impersonal, being fake, not really being who you truly are. The norm of today's generation, especially in the dating realm, is being someone you're not, because it is so easy to do. Men who are really about it are trying to show you that they are not like that. And the best way in order for them to do that is to show confidence. To show confidence in themselves, to show confidence in their intent, to show confidence that they are different, that they are not the average guy, that they are breaking the norm of today's generation, of their generation, that they are different. That takes confidence. The communication style when it comes to confidence men can be tricky though, because not all people, especially women, are compatible with confident men. There can be a lot of abrasion when it comes to women who are highly outspoken, very rough and tough, women who do not like to hear other people out, who have to get the last word. These type of women usually have trouble with confident men. because confident men are going to speak their mind and vice versa. So when it comes to confident men and their communication style, there's different strokes for different folks. But one thing about confident men when it comes to their communication style is that they're going to stand on business with it. All right. The next type of communication style that you will find in a lot of today's men is the fast talker. The man who can talk 100 miles per hour, minimal. Now, I'm going to give y'all my mental reasons on why I think today's men are doing each one of these communication styles. So my mental reason why I feel like a lot of today's men are fast talkers is because the world is fast now. Everything's fast. Everything's quick. You got fast food on every corner. You got Amazon Prime that could deliver your packages same day, next day. To the point people don't even like shopping on a specific brand's webpage because it takes 2 or more days to receive. Now they're like, yo, I can go to Amazon and get my package today, tomorrow. Why would I wait? Communication is quick now. I can call somebody now. I can text somebody. I can FaceTime somebody. If I want something from you, if I want an answer from you, there's a quick way to do it now. Money is quick now. I can make money online. I can apply for a loan today on one of these sites and get money today. Everything is quick. So how does that relate to today's men of fast talkers? It is because fast talkers are adapting to the ways of the world, the current world. Now, this is the mindset of a lot of fast talkers. They understand that the attention span of today's people, not just men and women, but today's people as a whole, the attention span is so short. Today's people's attention span is the same of a fly's. I'm not lying. Just think about it. Look at YouTube right now. YouTube created YouTube Shorts because the attention span of people are so short. TikTok is blowing up because attention span is so short. People do not want to watch long videos no more. They want to get to the point, get what they want, and move on to the next thing. That is the temperature, the climate, and the status of today's people. Everything is quick. So if a man wants a woman, or if he wants anything in general, he may feel like he has to talk quick, that he has to be a fast talker because he has to adapt to his current situation, to his current world. Now, when it comes to the communication style of fast talkers, it can be detrimental to them because sometimes fast talkers will talk themselves into an issue, a problem, a hole. I find that a lot of fast talkers talk so fast that they may talk themselves into trouble. Another issue when it comes to the communication style of fast talkers is a lot of them talk before thinking. So they will say something before thinking before they say it. And that is why a lot of them get themselves into a lot of trouble. So when you're talking to a fast talking man, you got to be patient with them and you got to hear them, because when you slow it down after you listen to them, that is when you'll find out their true message. All right. The next type of communication style you will find in today's men is the megaphone mouth. You can hear these type of men from miles away. The thing with the communication style with these type of men is that they want to be heard. They want attention. They need you to hear them. They want you to hear them. And for a lot of these type of men, they feel like this is the best way to get their message across to you, to be loud, volume all the way up. Now, when it comes to the communication style of the megaphone mouths, is that it is not compatible with everybody. And I can speak on this personally. I am not comfortable around loud people because I'm a very low-key guy. So when I'm around loud people, it makes me feel seen when I don't want to be seen. Like, it makes me feel like I'm drawing too much attention that I didn't ask for. And that's just not comfortable, for me at least. So when it comes to communication with these type of people, it may push a lot of people away. Or it could be the total polar opposite and draw people in. Because megaphone mouth people usually draw other megaphone mouth people because they can hear this man speaking. So now they are drawn to it. And now you're just having a competition of megaphones. Who can be louder? I got a couple uncles like this, so I know this personally, all right? And the last communication style that a lot of men have in today's generation that you will most likely come across, and this one can be a pretty serious type and a product of today's generation and trauma, the anxious guy. Now, let me tell you why this is one of the most popular types of communication styles you'll find in today's men. And that is because this generation is messed up, jacked up. Not only do you have the pressures of social media and online, where it seems like everyone has access to you for free, but you also have the pressures of today's society when it comes to the inflation, the prices of homes skyrocketing, politics, murders in the street, the mindsets of today's people in the dating realm when it comes to gender roles and who pays who and what. There are a lot of things going on in today's society that is making today's generation of men anxious, So anxious to the point that it's starting to ooze out of today's men. They can't even hold this in no more. It shows in their communication style. Depression in today's men is at an all-time high. Suicides in today's men is at an all-time high. All because of the things I listed out. Society has truly changed things, especially in the men. So when it comes to communication with an anxious guy, the communication style of an anxious man, it could be a slippery slope. Being on the receiving end or the sending end of this type of communication style has to be careful. It has to be tended to. It has to be intentional. It has to be thoughtful. Because when you're talking to a man who is anxious, when you're communicating with a man who's anxious, you have to realize the weight that is on his spirit and is on his mind. And that weight will affect everything involving his life. His decision making, the way he communicates to you, everything. So when you're dealing with this type of communication style, it takes a little more effort, especially if you care for this man. Some examples are you gotta remind him to breathe, take it easy, take it one day at a time. With these type of men, you have to talk to them, not at them. When it comes to communication style with these type of men, you have to remind him to look in your eyes and that you are there with him. You are here to help. It takes a little bit more effort. And when I talk to men who are anxious, I have to keep these things in these notes in the forefront of my mind, because the smallest thing, the littlest thing can make this type of man do something that he cannot come back from. So you will find in today's generation of men, a lot of anxious communication styles. All right, so I hope this video helps y'all understand today's men a lot better, or the types of men that you'll most likely come across in today's generation compared to other generations. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.